Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the next instalment of the RSF1 season. I'm Primus Gaming, and joined with me is someone different today. You're normally used to Vettel SF71, but I'm joined by Hush today. How you doing, Hush?
I'm doing fine. How about you, Primus?
I'm doing very good. It's not every day you actually get to do a comm session with the Season 1 F1 champion.
Yeah, got back into con recently and I'm enjoying it, so just want to keep enjoying it while I can.
Yeah, I can't blame you. Well, we have a little bit of time to kill before we go into Monza. I want to have a little word with you about something, Hush.
Okay.
So, obviously, you're quite a seasoned driver. Obviously, the debut we had this league, you did win the championship, and you drove for Ferrari Season 2. I think you're still a Ferrari now, aren't you?
I'm a Red Bull. Don't know, I forgot what car I was in. Yes,
So
Red Bull.
So you was in quite you was in quite a few races and all that. Would you say Monza's probably one of the best tracks in your opinion, or do you have another track that's in your heart for number one?
I quite like Hungary and Singapore. I just love, when you get that track right on a quality lap, it's just amazing. The feeling's amazing.
Also, we speaking of Singapore, that's going to be next week, which
Yes.
I know you're looking forward to massively. I'm looking forward to my turn around the Monza, or the Autodromo Nazionale Monza circuit. I'd like to have a little go at that, but it's not my turn yet.
No, unfortunately it's not.
I've had some good times around it. Well, season 1 wasn't necessarily a good time, but it was a real demonstration of my prime, because I think I've fallen out of my prime. Season 1 I had so much drive, but I mean season 2 I still had it, but obviously all the lads changed and we got some more quicker drivers in there.
You were fighting for the championship, weren't you, in season 1, if I remember?
I led it for a while.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought you were fighting for it. I didn't know you led it. That was interesting.
Yeah, I led it for a little while, and then eventually, because of the change of jobs, I wasn't actually able to make it to most races near the end. I actually missed out like 6 races in the season 1 battle for the championship. I know we redid Monaco, but I missed out. Well, I did Abu Dhabi, but I didn't get to do Monaco, and because the alphas of McCracken and Full Send were doing pretty good, they won the constructors and Full Send won the drivers. But yeah, here was probably my best performance of all time. Qualified first. I got a penalty for jump starting. Fell to 17th on the first lap, and I fought my way back up to second, and I was only like 4 seconds behind Full Send.
If only you didn't get that drive through, you could have won.
I know. When I look back on it now, I'm not so bitter about it, because I thought, when I look back at it now, I was quite impressed with my pace, because even on hard tyres, most of the league questioned what the hell I was using on my tyres, because I was just like, what softener were you using? Because I made hards look like they were softs.
Oh, wow.
I was just faster than all the other cars. I think Eagle was back there in the day when he first joined the league, and he put up a little bit of an action. But yeah, this was my best circuit.
A lot of DRS trains around here. Quite hard to overtake if you're in one. Can't lie. Really can't lie.
Yeah. When you get into, the second chicane in the second sector.
Oh, yes. That one. It's a pain.
That's proven to be quite a hot spot for daring overtakes.
I would never overtake it now. That's just me, though.
No, neither would I. I think I remember I actually was a victim of an incident there. I think in season 2, someone went down the inside going into the chicane, so I was like, right, yeah, that's all you. And then a car behind me late braked and just hit me, and I span into the gravel.
Oh.
And that was what.
What? Yeah, you
No,
go.
that's all right.
No, you go ahead.
I was just reminiscing. I was trying to remember what happened.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nah, but it's been a long time ago. But still, I have some fond memories of Monza, and the fact that I was leading a championship for a while just proves I fell off.
It's not bad. We are currently waiting for a couple of drivers. That's why we are still in the lobby.
Yeah, we're missing a Mercedes, we're missing a Ferrari,
I know, Red Bull.
missing one of the Red Bull. I think Sturridge Sturridge did drive for Toro Rosso or AlphaTauri last time.
I hate when people call it Torso. It really hurts me.
I'm guessing you quite like AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I love the look of the car. I think everyone does, in my opinion.
I quite loved the combination of Pierre Gasly using the Senna helmet in Imola, combined with obviously the normal livery of the AlphaTauri. I thought it almost took me back to Senna in that Williams.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really hear about Senna until I started watching Formula 1, but it reminded me of him as well.
When did you start watching Formula 1?
I got into league racing and F1 2018, but I started watching Formula 1 in late 2016.
So, I mean, I've been watching Formula 1 since the 2013 season. That's when I started watching it, because when I was younger, I used to hate it. Like, I couldn't stand it. And I got more into motor cars and, all the games and all that, and I was just like, give the Formula 1 a chance, and I got quite into it, and I think I remember actually watching the Grand Prix where Jules Bianchi crashed. I watched that live. The last thing you saw on live telly was Sutil losing control at the Dunlop curve into the wall, and as they got a safety car, it was typhoon weather. Like, they shouldn't have raced in the first place, but unfortunately they let it go.
I'm pretty sure
DRS
was enabled that race. I think I saw Hamilton overtake Rosberg with DRS. I think I saw that in highlights, or I might have seen my eyes. But I swear that. Yeah.
They didn't have DRS because it was started under heavy wet conditions already, so DRS wouldn't have been enabled. But so there's been quite a few Grand Prix in the past, like not just that year, but like old times when accidents were so much more common, where heavy rain came out, and I think Europe 2006, 5 cars went out of the race just as soon as the rain came in turn 1. 5 cars.
Like that, I didn't watch Formula 1 until 2016, so I have no idea what you're talking about. So,
well, obviously you know about Niki Lauda.
Yeah, I know. His accident.
Yeah, when he was back in 1976, Niki Lauda pulled a meeting with all the drivers, and he tried to appeal because the weather was too dangerous, and he knew that Nordschleife was a very dangerous track in general, even in the dry. He tried to stop it from going, but obviously all the drivers like James Hunt and all the others goaded him, and like say, if you've not got the speed or anything, and then in the end the vote got decided that the race would continue, and then Nicky had his accident.
It's remarkable.
I think quite a few of those.
How he came back like 20 days later, I think it was, and he started racing again.
Still bandaged and still bleeding as well.
That's remarkable.
And he came back. Yeah, he had truly showed how dedicated he was to the sport and to his championship battle with Hunt. But back in the Japanese Grand Prix, the last one of the season in Fuji, Nicky retired, and his team was just like, what's going on? And he's like, is anything happened to the car? He's like, no, the car's fine. It's the first time a driver had ever sacrificed a championship win because he thought it wasn't worth risking his life for.
Wow. That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah. Niki Lauda, if you look it up in the film Rush... no. Was it Rush? Yeah, it was Rush. It's all about the Hunt and Lauda battle, but Niki Lauda forcefully retired his car because he just thought it wasn't worth the risk in dying against battling Hunt, and James Hunt won the championship only just barely.
I've actually never watched that movie. I've seen clips, but never actually watched it.
It's really, really good, and the actors that they use to play James Hunt and Niki Lauda, they were spot on.
Yeah, I've seen the clips and they are good actors, so I think it was a good movie all around.
It's a shame about Niki Lauda passing away last year because he was quite a huge part of the sport, like Sterling Moss, Niki Lauda, Jackie Stewart, quite a few old names, and there's not really many of them left. I think Prost is still about.
Yeah. We all hate him, you can't deny what he's accomplished in F1.
Oh yeah. Like, Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, like, fair enough, they had lots of moments between each other when they hit each other. Like, you know, there's been lots and lots of like backlash between people judging Alain or judging Ayrton on their decisions, but they're both massive drivers. Like, they're probably one of the biggest names of Formula One, other than like Niki Lauda and Michael Schumacher.
Oh, just Hamilton's up there, no? Get hate for this.
Well, Lewis Hamilton is, he's the best driver in the modern F1 era. But everyone's saying, what if you put him against Schumacher in his prime or anything like that? It's like, that's two different eras. Like, if you put them in the same car, same power, youth, the prime of their time, you couldn't put your finger on who would be the best. You can't put your finger on Ayrton being the best, Michael, Lewis, or even Fangio. You can't just like make that judgment. They were the best of their time, and currently at this era, Lewis Hamilton is dominating.
Yeah, he is. Very quickly, I'm going to go toilet, if that's okay with you, promise. Lord, I forgot to go for the stream.
No worries. I'll have a little look at the guys on the stream while you do that.
Yeah, I'll be 2 minutes or 1 minute.
Okie dokie. Well, going into Q1, Brundle has just set the fastest lap of the session so far with a 1:20.008. Let's have a look at another car. We've got Muddy Biscuit. I think he's extended his lead in the championship last time. Spa. The last of the European circuits as well. I'm gonna miss the European circuits. Always fun doing them, but it isn't just meant to be sometimes. I'd like to have Portimao or Imola, Turkey. Well, Turkey's not really European, but still, I'd like to have some more circuits. Add a little bit more spice to Formula 1 2020, but unfortunately we need to wait for them to fix the game first. Grantastrophe has gone and done a 19.3, so very well done to Grantastrophe. JJ second place, 19.6 in his Red Bull. Eitz didn't have a good qualifying lap by the looks of it. He'd gone 6th fastest. Muddy Biscuit goes 4th fastest with a 19.9. Breezy in the McLaren. He's now pushing up to do... Why steerage? Why steerage on medium compound tyre? Steerage has just confused me. He's chosen to do his flying lap in Q1 on the medium tyre. And also, people don't have to worry about too much. They just need to make sure that one car had done a lap in Q1, because we've only got 14 drivers. So we're guaranteed everyone through to Q2. It's just a strange choice in picking the medium tyre. This is not good for Brutal Reapers. Brutal Reapers has got a Mercedes and an Alfa Romeo. Unlucky. Quite a few of the lads had just gotten too close to each other and just blocked each other. I imagine they won't be happy with that, but Shrimper in the Ferraris fighting it for the championship lead at the moment. He's fighting to try and beat Muddy Biscuit and reclaim the top spot. And obviously it would be glorious for Shrimper in his Ferrari to take the top spot, especially in their home Grand Prix at Monza. Keep an eye on Shrimper as he goes round the Parabolica. Pushing around the last corner. Not going too wide, so he's got a very good line there. All the McLarens have gone into the pits. And Shrimper goes 9th fastest. And obviously we don't know if he was going all out or anything like that, because there's no real need to really do that crazy of a lap. It's only Q1. And we don't have any drivers being eliminated. Ooh, pardon me. That's my dinner coming back to me. Hello, Hush, welcome back.
Thank you.
What just confused me, look at steerage in 7th place. Look what,
oh, wow.
Tell me what you see. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Everyone chose soft tyres, it's Q1, you know, just do a lap. It doesn't matter how quick it is, just do a lap.
Bad glitch,
And
maybe?
No, he chose the medium tyre.
Oh wow. Brave of him. Very brave.
Yeah, because that means
Just on the
if he chooses to use, if he chooses to use the mediums again for the start of the race, they're going to be worn.
I would never do that. Never.
Well, that means if he is, we'll have to keep an eye on him, because that's a very bold move.
I'm surprised people
ripping
got
one
that.
shot.
I thought people would just be tired, you know? But people want to get some bankers in, want to feel the laps, see how they do.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to skip Q1 immediately.
You don't want to
just
lose
use
in
it as
Q1. That's one thing you never want to do.
No.
Especially with 15.
Like, this is... Yeah. It's because obviously no one's guaranteed to be knocked out due to positioning, but as you said, incident happens. It's a different ball game. But look at ripping one shot. He's actually
Gone purple.
clocked in the fastest first and second sector. Yeah, he's gone purple on both those sectors. If he can get a good run going down to the Parabolica...
Touches the grass slightly.
You can tell he's a pad user by the way he's feathering the wheel.
Not bad.
Oh, second fastest, a 19.5.
Always weaving, he's
Is it-
happy.
Yeah, I was going to say the wiggling of the steering wheel. You could see he was chuffed about that lap.
Yeah.
You can't blame him when you've done nearly a completely fast lap. It's just you got to give the driver some understanding why they'd be happy. I mean, if you Hush, you're down at the bottom of the grid, and the first lap you do, you're in the top 3. You'd be pretty chuffed at that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I know it won't stick for the first session, but yeah, I'll be happy.
No, but say if it's the last lap of the session, you're the last car on track, and that's where you go up to.
Oh, yeah. No better feeling than that. Going purple, then you go like top 3. That's amazing. I don't know about you, but when I go purple on track, I get scared. I'm going to bottle it, you know? I don't know if you ever had that feeling.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. When you see purple, that applies
You're like, oh my god,
extra
oh my
pressure
god.
because you're just like, I'm the quickest, but like, you see purple and that means, oh no.
Not now.
Yeah, I got that in Hungary. I went fastest in the mid-sector in Hungary back in F4 a couple of weeks ago. And I got the fastest mid-sector and it just scared me even more because the last few corners is like so crucial that you ace it perfectly. Oh, we just got a sudden jump in by a Red Bull last second.
Have we?
HCR Fearless.
Oh, so we have. I did not see that. Oh yeah, we was waiting on him. Yeah, okay, yeah. Will he do a lap?
Doesn't have to do a lap.
Will he do one though? No, he doesn't. Okay.
No, he doesn't have to do it because everyone else has set a lap time. Obviously, if we skip Q1 and no one set a lap time, the game will assume no one wants to do it and shoot them straight to the race.
Oh really? Did not know that was a thing.
Yep. If you got under 16 cars for Q1, one driver has to set a lap time. If everyone retires in Q1, it will just skip straight to the race, and it will leave you in the positions that the board had seen at the end of Q1.
Wow, this game.
No, it did it in 2019 as well.
Did it? I don't think it did.
Yeah, no, it's a safety feature basically.
Ah.
So if the game saw no one was bothered to do a qualifying lap, then it wouldn't bother with the rest of qualifying.
Interesting. Right, we're waiting on Grunty.
Grunty being the only car to retire yet from the session.
Well, I've got some spare time.
Yeah.
Strategy. What do you think the strategy around here is?
Well, all tyres are viable around here, and this is not such a high degradation circuit, so softs is definitely a viable tyre. But the hards are quite good around here as well.
I don't think...
It could be anything. You could do soft hards, soft medium, medium soft, or if you really wanted to go for the long run out strategy, hard soft.
I don't think anyone will go for the hards, unless they're getting caught in like a lap one incident. I don't think they won't be touching them hard today.
Oh, I have fond memory of those hard tyres, and my as I said earlier, my season 1 pace made me see how good those tyres were. Unfortunately, season 2, due to incidents and people being quicker, it didn't work out for me. But new game. You never know. The softs might be terrible around here now in F1 2020.
Yeah, maybe. I hope it is. Interesting race then.
Do you agree that when you're in Monza, you just think of Ferrari and you're just like, it's like when you go to Germany or Britain, like Germany, you'll think of Mercedes, because obviously it's their home track. Austria, obviously the Red Bull Ring, that's their home circuit. I always like Ferrari for some reason.
Yeah,
I know. Obviously, they've got a terrible car this year in real life. Like they've got one of the worst cars on the grid, which is a shame to see such a prestigious F1 team struggle so much. But it's not the first time they've done that.
Is it not?
No. In 2000, when they've gone to the V6 turbo hybrid. 2014 was a shocking season for them.
Oh yeah, that's when Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa, I think it was.
No, Kimi Raikkonen.
Oh yeah, Felipe Massa was a previous year, wasn't he? I think.
It was Felipe Massa was driving for Williams at the time.
Oh yeah, because that's when we got podium in Abu Dhabi with Williams. Yes, that's right.
He actually got quite a few, and also Felipe Massa, I think he qualified pole here.
It's sad to see like a team like Williams in 2014 be at the top and now look where they are. It's really sad to see.
It's just because Williams struggled to adapt. I mean, when the V6 engine first came out for F1, they were doing really great because it was Bottas and Massa, and they were doing remarkably well. They even got a double podium at one point.
Yeah, they got 1-2 at Austria in qualifying and at Austria as well.
My favourite thing I ever heard though is in Monza, I think it was 2015 or it was 2016, sorry, or 2015. Felipe Massa and Bottas were racing to the line, and Massa just edged out onto the podium, and the first thing he said is, "I'm getting too old for that." He was under too much pressure, and Bottas put him under all of it. Anyways, getting back to the stream for the minute, the qualifying. JJ Hudson's being the first car to go out on track, and quite a few people are choosing the medium tyre, and then you've got the odd few who thought, nah, I'm going for soft tyres. Again, steerage is a person we need to keep an eye on, because, oh god, JJ Hudson actually didn't invalidate there. He did a good lap, he cut over the chicane, and he slowed down.
I wasn't on board with him for some reason. I don't know what I was looking at. Going past you, P. There we go. Williams.
Good night, JH. Represent. Hello.
Nicely done. Okay. Sector 2 is where you lose it, or break it in your lap. That's where you gain the time, really.
If you get a nice wide entry, go chuck it down to 4th gear there. You can maximise the throttle and power coming out of that second right-hander. But Grant decided to stay in 5th gear.
see how he takes this corner. Do not allow it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ascari chicane.
Oh, that's going to be a casualty of a lot of people today.
I think not just invalidating laps on Ascari, getting through Ascari.
Oh, yes.
In seasons 1, 2 and 3 in all divisions, we've seen some horrible incidents in the Ascari chicane. I think I remember season 2. I think he was in season 2. RSF1 Flaming. He crashed.
Oh, Stephen.
Yeah, he crashed back then.
A lot of people invalidating. It's very hard on it. Well, that's how it goes this time.
Alright, let's see. Stream's back up. Lucky Biscuit goes fastest with a 19.3. Starridge goes second in the Mercedes.
And personally, it's Shrimper. Shrimper. Oh, okay, that mileage. Nice.
Right.
It's still up?
So hopefully... So I think we're back up, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If it happens again, I think I'm going to have to tag out. Because it might... It's not... I'm not lagging. It's just Twitch keeps crashing.
Yeah. No lag now on Southwood from the Scotsman.
Oh, okay, that's good. It's just... Oh! JJ Hudson! He crashes on the Ascari chicane!
Oh, I saw that. I said, oh no. Bad boy. You can't do this.
Before we had the problems, before we had the problems with the stream where Twitch kept crashing, I said that Ascari was going to claim someone. If they weren't going to invalidate, they were going to crash in it.
I read bravo with people. Oh no, that hurts.
Oh, you got to feel for JJ Hudson.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, he gets fresh tyres. Scotsman, pay your bills, Primes. No.
I don't think Hudson would want fresh tyres when it's not at the back. That's carnage, you know. And it is Italy, so you can't rule that out.
I like how the other drivers are now trying to be careful going through corners. I mean, Steerage did just go fastest in the first sector, but he seemed a little bit more careful going through that second chicane.
Will he go in, or will he cautious? Let's see.
You're gonna curse him now, Hush.
He's too cautious. He's all good.
Tell you what, that's quite tidy.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
That's actually really nice.
Not bad for a wheel
Steerage
user.
has proven. Yeah, I was going to say, around most of the track, pad's good, but for Ascari, you want the wheel.
Yeah. It's going to be a low 819, I reckon. Oh, yeah. Almost into the 18s.
What a lap! So, you being an F1 driver, Hush, what would be the one time you'd be surprised to see? Like, what times would you say would be like a massive shocker?
I can't lie, I really don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Probably a low 18 or mid 18 for these lot anyway.
We have a driver to keep an eye on because Steerage did just go fastest in the first sector. Well, it went fastest all around, but there's one driver currently on medium compound tyres. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, it wobbled.
On medium tyres.
Oh.
Brundle's just gone faster in the first sector, switch onto the Williams, but he gets a little snap of oversteer coming out of the second chicane. Going around the right-hander, the first one, gets a little bit of a wide run coming out of it, but again, the car seems a little bit unstable going to the second right-hander, chucks it down to fourth gear. He just seems to keep on having little snaps of oversteer. Going out the end of those corners, now into the DRS, and here's the big part, Hush, the Ascari chicane. It's claimed JJ Hudson, it's ruined Brutal Reaper. Is it going to ruin RSF1 Brundle?
Nice.
He almost went too wide going out of that there. He is the last car on the grid at the moment purple. In P15.
He's on for a good lap here.
He did say he was feeling confident today for Monza, especially for the qualifying. He goes round to the end of the straight and he goes P3. Not a bad lap there from RSF1 Brundle. And now Gruntastrophe. Hush, actually take it away with Grunt for the rest of the lap.
Sure, we'll do. Going down to, want to go into fourth, but he keeps in fifth. Then this corner, you want to go down to fifth, maybe fourth. What we do, fifth. You want to get a good exit. Then it's just a long one down to the corner of the King Century. Can he keep it clean? There he comes. Catastrophe. You want to clip it, but not clip it so much. Nice. You want to clip this next corner. Doesn't do it. Might lose a bit of time there, but it goes purple. Now it's just a long one down to the final corner where you need a good exit, or it could ruin your lap as you run to the line. Not to mention his EOS. Make sure to keep an eye on that. Ooh, a bit wobbly, but he keeps it steady. He's going to keep us line. It's going to be a low 9, yeah, mid 19. Oh!
Oh! It's only just off steerage.
The Williams driver wants to watch dirty.
Both Brundle and Gruntastrophe look very quick around here, but Muddy Biscuit splits the pair of them.
Shrimper down there in 12th, fighting for the championship. He wants to get back out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, you got Muddy Biscuit leading currently with the championship after his victory back in Spa. It extended his lead, and Shrimper has a lot of work to do. I mean, we're nearing the third quarter mark of the season now, so there's not too much room now for error. So if you make a mistake, you've just got to pray that your rival does make the same mistake.
Especially that Monza, you don't want to leave it to one lap, because it's very easy to corner cut around you. One lap, and that could be you out Q2. So you want to get out there with at least 2 laps there.
On board with RSF1 ICE in the Alfa Romeo. Again, this is their home Grand Prix as well, due to Alfa Romeo being an Italian Formula 1 team. Moving down the second DRS zone, pushing down to the bridge. Now to the Ascari chicane, fastest second sector by RSF1 ICE. It gets a little bit of a wide entrance going into the chicane, but it gets a nice tidy exit out. Rocking number 14, which belongs to Fernando Alonso, which will be his number once again when he joins the Renault F1 team next year.
Alpine. Just point that out, yeah.
Yeah, Alpine, sorry, yeah.
There he comes.
And now... Oh, a nice P6.
Not bad.
I think that entry into Ascari compromised him a little.
Oh, you got one shot. He's up by 8 tenths. Yeah, one shot is. This is going to be a good lap for him. It's going to be around the Brundle area. Depends if he can keep his lap intact. There he comes. But in one shot, what can you do, sir? In that racing point, it's going to be a low 19 as well. Yeah, 19-1.
19-1. Stygian's on the lap as well. He's doing pretty good in the other Renault. Lukey, 18-8?
Oh, where'd that come from? Wow.
Crikey, blimey.
Thank you.
That's a belter. I think Brundle might have just done his famous retire too early moment. Because he retired initially when he was 4th. Felt pretty confident there, but now some faster times are being pushed out. I think he might have been a bit too preemptive there.
Maybe Mark back on him. I don't think we'll be going against. That might be one person off Brundle's heat list.
Oh. So they're switching about in the mid-sector. Oh, God.
What's happening?
And looks like Brutal Reapers is still on a good lap, but he's approaching some traffic at the moment. Hopefully they don't impede his his qualifying lap, because currently right now Brutal Reapers is the only car on the grid in Q2 who has not set a qualifying lap. He needs to get this done, otherwise he will be seeing a very bad position for himself into the start of the race.
Probably that.
Fastest second sector though.
We'll get a bit
also,
of a toe.
yeah, I was going to say, the Renault in front of him is actually helping him out on the straight. It's just the corners where he's getting the dirty air. Oh, he caught that curve on the inside. That did not help him.
That's good. I think he's going to get through with this. Yeah, no. Yeah, 19.4.
Oh, only jumped up there because
the
time between P2 and P10 is separated by 0.4 of a second.
Oh my god. Very competitive. Schimper, here goes Schimper. The man finds
in the Ferrari
at the home Grand Prix. He needs to get into Q3. Here he comes. Snap it loose.
Around the parabolica.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a mid-19 all the way. Oh no!
No!
Oh.
Not what you want if you're in second place in the Drivers' Championship. That is Schwimper out in Q2. It's not the end of the Grand Prix. It's not the end of it for him. He has a lot of work to do because he could take it back, but that's gutting.
Woody Biscuit's probably got a smirk on his face right now after hearing that news. He can Woody Biscuit's on a lap right now. Here he comes.
Oh yeah, he is.
Hash driver.
Fighting for the glory now.
Oh! Stop, Muddy.
18.806. Yeah, Muddy's just fighting for the glory now. He didn't need to do a lap.
Yeah, he just wanted to show Schimper, look, I'm here. I'm going to win. I'm sorry, pal.
Actually, what he did could be compromising. If this turns out to be higher deg than last year, yeah. So he's gone for the glory, but will that little glory hog bite him in the back?
Yeah. Okay, everyone's safe.
I've seen many drivers do that. They choose to stay out onto do another lap and forget in Q2 obviously what you're going to do your fastest lap with if you're in a top 10 sticks.
And everyone's on softs. Yeah. Could there be rain maybe in a race? We do not know.
There is no medium compound runners for the start of the Grand Prix unless from P11 down to 15 they obviously will have the opportunity to put on anything they want.
Oh,
but that's a huge shocker, I have to say.
I feel for Schimper. After the last I think his confidence just took a knock. I think he's going to need to regain that, especially in this season. He's going to need to get it back quickly.
Alright, you might need to take some screenshots as well of the classification.
Yes.
Going from the drivers eliminated, from P15 is JJ Hudson after crashing at the end of the Ascari chicane. 14th is RSF1 K-Mag in the Renault. 13th is RSF1 Ites in the Alfa Romeo. 12th is Schrimper in the Ferrari. Not a very good starting position for the Ferrari driver, especially when he's second in the Drivers' Championship. And 11th is Sturridge, who's filling in the Mercedes seat. And the top three goes Steerage in the McLaren, so a very good good lap from him. Second is Lukey, who took us into the 18s first of all. And then Muddy Biscuit, the championship leader, does the 18.806 in his Haas. And if you already heard how me and Hush have been, we're both quite reluctant to that lap. It's a good lap, but was it the best call in terms of his tyres?
It's tough to say. It all depends on the conditions for the race. So that's going to be a factor into it, really. Especially if there's rain midway through the race, that could haunt him.
I've not actually seen many wet Grand Prix for Monza in the game. I mean, the first ever wet Grand Prix, like real life, I saw in Monza was the race Sebastian Vettel won in his Toro Rosso.
I've not seen no rain at Monza either, apart from the 2017 qualifying. The only wet running I've seen at this track.
This was also the track where the fastest lap in Formula 1 was originally, until 2018, was set by Juan Pablo Montoya in his BMW. And then I think it was 2003 or 2004 he did that lap. And then for 14 to 15 years, that lap was undefeated until Kimi Raikkonen beat that lap. And then this year in Monza, Lewis Hamilton then becomes the fastest driver around Monza.
Oh, it's Lewis Hamilton. Oh, I thought.
Yeah, it's Lewis Hamilton now.
Oh,
it was Kimi Raikkonen.
I thought it was actually Bottas.
Was it Bottas or Kimi Raikkonen?
I don't know.
Chat, if anyone knows, does the fastest lap of Formula 1, so around Monza, does that belong to Lewis Hamilton or does it belong to Valtteri Bottas? I know it was definitely a Mercedes. Mercedes definitely did collect that lap. Oh, I meant to look at. Wait, yeah, Brundle's the first car to go around the track. I thought the game just defaulted. Oh no, it was Hamilton. HCR Fearless said it's Hamilton.
Ah, okay. Got my facts wrong. I apologise.
So the first car to set a lap in Q3 is RSF1 Brundle as he pushes down the start-finish straight, DRS enabled, maxing out at over 210 miles per hour. It is one of the fastest straights in the Formula 1 calendar, going into the chicane of turns 1 through 2, looking quite nice. He cuts the chicane a little bit, back end of the car kicks out a little bit like a Bronco on him. He's trying to fight it, going round the right-hander, which is practically turn 3. As he gets to the end of the first sector zone, obviously he will be fastest because he's the first car out on the track and moves through the second chicane. Gets a little sliding coming out the second part. Now first right-hander hugs onto that line quite nice and tight. Back end it seems to be just kicking out on Brundle too much now. I've noticed. Oh, that was almost exceeding track limits. So that was very close there by RSF1 Brundle. Now pushing down under the tunnel into the Ascari chicane. Let's see how he does. Gets a very tight entrance there. Oh, too wide.
Oh.
We called it. We said that it would claim more drivers. Now moving on to Breezy, the car that is actually behind Brundle, who is on a flying lap and is doing pretty good by the looks of it. Round the Parabolica.
Stage will be picking up some switching from his teammate as well, so I expect him to learn his teammate. Here he comes. 19.4.
19.4.
Yep. Oh my god.
18.8.
Jesus. Who's next?
Jesus.
Tool Reapers.
No.
18.8. 9. No, 9, yes. 9. Who's next? Renault.
Next car's a Renault.
Oh, it's validated.
Stygian.
I think it's Muddy Biscuit.
And then Muddy Biscuit. Validated.
Lukey.
I'm trying to find a
Very
car
heavy
to go to and everyone's invalidating.
Alright, here we come. Lukey to get it clean. Let's see what he can do. He's up there with pace, so I expect him with an 18.8 or an 18.7 maybe. Who knows? There he comes.
AlphaTauri with Honda power pushing down the start-finish straight, crosses the line, second place,
so close.
8.72.
Oh,
Rip in one shot.
And be low 19, yep, 19.2.
I was going to say, it looked quite... It did look like he struggled.
Oh, I'm going past reading about it again. Oh.
He's got the time to make improvements. Obviously, if he has any tyres left, he could still do it. But then again, everyone went out in Q1 to do a lap on soft tyres. So I think they all might have just made a slight misjudgment in, their tyre choices because they really don't have that much tyres to play with now for Q3. Unlike HCR Fearless.
Here comes the Dutchman Stygian. Let's see what we can do. It's going to be a low 19 as well. 19.4. Okay.
Not bad.
Oh, one's going again. He didn't come into the pits.
HCR Fearless actually just got a beautiful run through the Parabolica.
Right, come on Red Bull. I expect you to be on top. Come on, let's go.
They'll soon be saying goodbye to their Aston Martin sponsor, as Aston Martin will become a works team.
18.5.
18.5. And now can HCR Fearless do a good lap? It's a low 19. It's a 19.2. That's still a good lap.
Forward it. I said at 18.5. Forward it. Right,
and now there's no teamwork being played into the Williams team because Brundle could have slowed down to allow Catastrophe to get a tow going to the Parabolica, and Brundle's immediately hopping on to do a lap. This is going to compromise their teamwork here.
then Brundle just wants to get a lap in as soon as possible, just to make sure he's got bank ready. Meanwhile, his teammate, here he comes, I'm going to touch a 17, 18, he's going to be low 19,
a good lap. That's still a good lap.
Alright, Mr. Invalidation, here he is, Mr. Brundle himself. Here he comes. Turn 4, I think, or turn 3? Yeah, turn 3, no, turn 4, there you go. Yeah. What gear will you use? Gonna use... Fuck, there's a lot of people using 5th gear in that corner, I'm surprised. Here you come, you can clip the curb, you don't want to. Okay, he does it. His rear end is getting loose.
Yeah, it's been so loose the entire time. I think... I hate to place commentator's curse on RSF1 Brundle, but on a track like Monza, where power's everything... Oh, he invalidates again! On a track like Monza, where power is everything, you do not want the back end of the car kicking out, especially with the tight chicanes like Ascari, and then the 2 right-handers in the mid-sector. You need to make sure the car doesn't kick out at you like that. And Brundle looks like he's sacrificed something to get additional speed.
He might have, you know, put more downforce onto the race. Who knows? We don't know until we talk to him.
More downforce on a power-focused circuit is definitely interesting.
Sector 2 is mainly where downforce comes to hand. But then again, you don't really want the downforce. You want the speed on the straights.
Well, Catastrophe out of fuel. He's now making his way back to the pits. If he has any tyres left, he could be able to get some time to go out for one last run. Steerage, meanwhile, in second place. He's actually now gone back out again for a lap. This guy was gone for such a long while, returned in Spa, and instantly qualifies on pole.
210. Oh no! Oh. So close. Oh, that's harsh. That is very harsh.
He's still going for it, though.
Yeah, I'll just back off. I'll steerage.
Yeah, because pushing quite hard is killing his tyres. I think he just wants to see what he's going to get. He would have been 3 tenths up in the mid-sector.
That could have been Lukey. He's got the pace, just needs to keep it clean.
Well, let's stay on board with him. I know he's invalidated.
I don't think we'll come to the
But let's see if he goes into the pits.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going into the pits. I would turn all the modes down before going in. Because if you keep everything in a high mode and then you come out the pits, then, you know, you could risk losing some very important fuel. The Racing Points have got the Red Bull of HCR Fearless behind them. I think the 2 Racing Points are going to copy exactly what the McLarens did not too long ago.
This could compromise one of them though, so risky. Very risky indeed.
Well, Brutal's the one who's better off in terms of this spot here, because Brutal's up in front, he's got clean air. Brutal is trying to rely on toes in the straights, but in corners, getting the dirty air will hamper his progress. So let's have a little look at the Racing Points. Let's see what they're doing. So going on board with... Oh, sorry, it's Rip and One Shot who's actually up ahead. Brutal Reaper's behind. So Rip and One Shot, the first Racing Point. Pushing up the start-finish straight. Hush. I'll let you take this lap.
Oh yeah, okay. Turn 1, it's quite tricky. You want to clip the inside curve, not too much though, so you can get a good exit into 2. He clips it slightly, go down to first, but he gets in second. There we go. A bit wobbly out of the corner. He didn't. Okay, gonna carry on, going down to turn 3. It's all over the place out there, and there's okay. This corner it can invalidate you, so you want to keep it. You want to that orange curve inside. You don't keep it tidy. You don't clip the gravel. He doesn't. Will he go down to 4th gear for this corner? No, keep him 5th. Nice, nice. going to want to clip the inside curve, which he does nicely. Get the outside curve, guide it. Now, DRS enabled. You will get a bit of slipstream, not a lot, on the McLaren of steerage ahead. Yeah, this is a make it or break of your lap. Oh, make it clean. Yeah. Nice. Oh no!
Oh!
Oh man! Oh no!
And Brutal Reapers has done it as well.
Oh.
Racing Point boys are gonna feel that. There's no... Oh, and Brutal Reapers backing off has only gone and given HCR Fearless a tow down to the Parabolica. This Red Bull could put himself up into a really good position if he can make this a really good lap as he crosses the line. Third fastest! That tow helped.
It really did.
Brundle pushing down and done the fastest first sector.
Bundle needs to get
Across
a
the
lap.
mid-chicane.
You need to get a lap in. Just keep it clean, Bundle. You need to get a lap in.
He's P10. He's at the bottom of Q3, and he needs to get this done. Otherwise, he will be in a really poor position to start the race.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Fastest first sector. Is it the fastest second sector? That rear end just kicking out at him. No, it's not. I think that episodes of oversteer. That cost him some dear time there. That costed him massive time because he had just the back end of the car just would not stay. The setup he's got is not good for him. I don't know if he's relying on this setup helping in terms of pure race pace, but taking this setup is a gamble for him. Pushing down the start-finish straight.
Oh.
It's third fastest.
Austin Tom did it not. He went third fastest.
That was a good lap. Lukey still sits at the top of the table.
Oh, Breedy's crashed. No. Oh no.
Oh no!
And another bit from that corner as. Oh.
Again, losing control out of the Ascari chicane.
If not Lukey, 1.5 tenths up. Oh.
He's still holding it.
Oh, sweet. What? Oh.
Oh no, I would have gone through with that.
Oh, I think he's confident in his pole lap. Will anyone nick it? No. Yeah, that's it. Lukey's on pole.
So that is the top 10 as it stands. Honda Power, and it's actually an Italian Formula 1 team sitting on top at the moment. So as much as some people would wish it's the Ferrari of Shrimper, well, you've got the Alpha Tauri of Lukey instead.
Yeah. Good lap from him. I did so in 8.5 is what you're aiming for in F2, so he did it. Now he just needs to get through turn 1 and 2 scaled.
Alpha Tauri looks like the lucky car of this season.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back in season 1 it was Haas.
My memory's too short. I can't remember that far back.
I remember your Britain performance. You started 15th and won the race.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good race. I'm not smirking right now.
You have a short memory, but you remember that one quite nicely.
Yeah.
So that is the classifications for the top 10 in Q3. So Breezy is in 10th, Stygian 9th, Muddy Biscuit 8th. The championship leader is actually quite far back. That's not good for him. He's closer to Shrimper. In 7th is Catastrophe. 6th is Ripping One Shot. 5th is Brutal Reaper, the other Racing Point. 4th is HCR Fearless. 3rd is Brundle. 2nd is Steerage. And then Lukey takes the top spot in Q3.
Yeah, impressive. Almost 2 tenths that gap to Steerage. So a lot of work for the others to catch up on.
And here comes the fun part.
Please, I'm hoping for rain. Make it interesting.
Oh, no.
Oh.
There might be some cloud, though?
It's not.
It's not clear.
Yeah.
It's not bright. It might be a little overcast. Not like massively, you know, when it's like the sky's fully grey, but you know when you get some like blotchy cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
So it might just be a tad overcast, like light cloud. Necessarily doesn't say, though, that there is rain, but there is a chance. So now we just wait for Brundle's ready up, or if someone else ready's up before him. But right now it looks like everyone's behaving and waiting.
Yeah. Good on everyone. Okay. Gonna be an exciting race.
Now we just got
turn 1, turn 2. Let's see if people can come out with no damage. Let's see what they are. Yes, all shrimper. The only one on medium. No, Hudson and shrimper on mediums. Everyone else are softs. Oh, that is interesting.
Bold decision.
Only 2 people on mediums. That could haunt him. I don't mind. Money Biscuit's not that far ahead of Shrimper, so if he can get ahead of him in the first couple of laps, that's going to help him out massively.
Okay.
While we're waiting, let's talk about the next F1 race to build off, should we?
Turkey.
Yeah, that's going to be an amazing track to race.
It's going to be a huge race because we're going to see the championship decider possibly by Lewis Hamilton.
That's crazy.
I mean, the constructors is already over.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say what's going to happen because Turkey hasn't been about since 2011. These are new cars. We've got the infamous Turn 8 where it's like full left-hander.
I've actually not seen a race at Turkey, so it's going to be interesting with the new cars, especially how quick they are.
Well, if any of you are like Hush are interested to see what the track is like completely, Instagram and Twitter, if you look at the official F1 page, there should be a lap that was done by Sebastian Vettel back when he was the dominator of the F1 championships.
It's crazy to think Hamilton's one title off Schumacher and he can match it next weekend. It's crazy.
He's not quite, though. He's not actually confirmed.
It's not a question of when. I'm sorry, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when, really. Because I don't see Hamilton dropping that many points in the remaining 4 races.
No.
Unless he gets a couple of DNFs.
I highly doubt.
And the way that Mercedes has been this season, I doubt that's going to happen.
Oh my. Oh, Brundle ready's up. Oh, yes. I'm hoping this is true. I like Formula 1 and all that, but I like BioWare. You know, like I do like their games. Like Mass Effect, I love the Mass Effect games.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently they're doing the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So basically, it's just a combination of all 3 games remastered, kind of like they did with Mafia. You know, when they did the definitive edition of Mafia, they did all 3 games but remastered it. So they might be doing that with Mass Effect. Would love that. But here we go. Hush. I forgot to ask you, mate. Would you like the honours of the formation lap?
Yeah. Okay, I'll do the formation lap. Why not? Okay. In the 15th is the Red Bull of the Hudson on the medium tyre, starting last. K-Mag is in 14th and of course on the mediums, looking to go long into the race. Ites is a very fast guy, so he's going to make some ground for the start. He's starting 13th on the softs. Shrimper, one of the championship protagonists, he's going to look into getting Money Biscuit at the start. He's starting 12th on the mediums. Sturridge is on the softs in his Mercedes, so he's going to get a good start. Then we go to the top 10 of Prix, the first McLaren driver. He's starting on the softs. Then you have the other Renault of Stygian. He's also on the soft tyre. Then you got the championship leader himself, Money Biscuit, down 8. Not where he wants to be, but I'm sure he's going to keep it cautious going to turn 1. Then you got the man himself, Grunty, in 7th on the soft tyre. The first of the racing points, lifting one shot, starting 6th with his teammate 5th, and all racing point 3rd row. Then you have the Red Bull of HCR Fearless. Impressive qualifying, he's starting 4th. Then you've got the man himself, RSF1 Bundle, to interestingly keeps it clean, he's starting 3rd. Then you've got the front row, 2nd is Steerage, who is also trying to fight for the championship. He is starting 2nd. Then you've got Lukey, starting on pole with an impressive lap of 1:18.5.
I think that actually is faster than the fastest lap in Formula 1.
Maybe.
So, Lukey, if this is true, and I'm going to look it up, Lukey possibly has just gone faster than Lewis Hamilton himself.
That'll be crazy.
To think that you've gone faster than a real-life Formula 1 driver. Breezy has made contact with Stidgen during the formation lap, so they will be pushed back to the grid.
Final corner as well.
Fortunately, it happened there and not earlier on.
Yeah.
Because obviously that would be a problem for their tyre temperatures. But at least they've still got some temperatures in their car's tyres now. And now the grid reforms onto the line, and here it gets to the nitty-gritty. So good luck to all the drivers, and hopefully they all have a good race. And now we wait for the 5 red lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights down the way we go for the Season 3 Monza, and looks like Lukey gets a very good run going down to turn 1. Lukey's actually already got an understanding lead. It's 3 wide going into turn 1. There's a racing point going down the inside on the McLaren of Steerage. Steerage is now being challenged by Brundle going into turn 2. Brundle's now moved up into 2nd place. Steerage has actually had a very poor start to the Grand Prix as Catastrophe moves into 3rd place. Steerage is now being pressured now by the racing point behind him with the Mercedes as well. This is actually getting close down to the chicane. It's Mercedes versus Racing Point, and it's a 3-wide battle going into the first chicane, and it looks like there's a little bit of contact for the Mercedes. You've got the end plate. It's a 3-wide battle again going to the right-hander. The McLaren of Steerage is struggling. The Racing Point moves to 5th. Mercedes falling down to 6th. HCR Fearless at a terrible start going down to the 2nd right-hander. A lot of car going wide, but no contact so far, and like massive crashes, which is very good. Catastrophe has now taken 2nd place from RSF1 Brundle. Money Biscuit is now fighting with Sturridge for 8th place, and he's holding on just briefly. And that was a tremendous start to the Grand Prix. And Lukey's pulling away by a couple of seconds already. Oh, what a start. And it's 3 wide. Going down to the final straight, to the Parabolica. And ripping one shot, stays up ahead. Gosh, you couldn't have asked for a more action-packed start than that, could you? Hush. Hello?
Oh, Matt was on mute. Sorry about that.
That's
I was
alright.
talking at the right time as well. God damn it.
I thought he was just waiting for me to finish my commentary.
For God's sake.
Sturridge, unfortunately, was one of those cars that had collected damage and is now pitting down the very far back of the grid. Meanwhile, Lukey continues to extend the lead in the Grand Prix with Catastrophe behind, Steerage in 3rd. Brundle's actually getting a little bit of this action, catching up to Steerage, but not quite at the moment.
What's up?
And it looks like Ites has now got to try and make the move on HCR Fearless. Fearless is trying to cover him off. Ites is relying on getting to the outside, going to the Ascari chicane, it's side by side. Brundle collects a 3-second time penalty. HCR Fearless shuts the door on the racer Alfa Romeo, but it was very cleanly done though.
Oh, McLaren of Breezy.
Oh! Ascari chicane has claimed a driver during the racing conditions, and it's unfortunately the McLaren of Breezy. He will be falling way down to the back of the grid. Fastest lap is... His tyres are too hot. After that spin, it's either he's trying to crash... No, he's not trying to crash. I think he just... Too much throttle, and... Oh, Money Biscuit, the championship leader, getting a look on Ites, and he's got a racing point behind him. The championship leader is way too close for comfort to Shrimper, his championship rival.
Yeah, he's trying to get moved past Fearless here. He knows quickly, he's got to buy his time, not be too aggressive. Okay, yeah. But wow.
You have to give Fearless credit. Fearless managed to shut the door on him in the Ascari chicane, which is the scariest part.
Yeah.
And they did it cleanly. So it was a clean but an aggressive defence. And now I have to go back on board with Ice because he's got a DRS and the ERS. Will he have enough? Yeah, it's gone by quick, but this is a quick circuit. 27 laps.
Oh, but don't!
Oh! No. Another car claimed by the Ascari chicane, and it's RSF1 Brundle, and he is out of the Grand Prix.
He clipped launch that inside curve on the exit.
Oh! Ripping one shot! He's going to go round the outside of the Parabolica on Muddy Biscuit. He's going to try and hold it, but there's no safety car yet after Brundle's crash.
Oh, here comes Muddy Biscuit. Oh my god. It's just sitting. Look at that straight line squeeze. Oh my god. Oh, Biscuit's cleanly passed. Oh my. Oh, one shot. Don't try anything. Okay. Oh, Fearless. Okay.
Three-car battle going down there. Breezy spun again.
You don't want to get that. That'll be his race over.
Oh, Ice wants to try and make a move down into the chicane. He's already burned all of his battery. You know, Muddy still has some battery to play with to defend, so I think Ice.
Okay.
You have to give Muddy Biscuit some credit though. During the battle with HCR Fearless,
here comes Fearless.
Muddy Biscuit got.
No, do not go for it. Do not go. Okay.
Oh
my god. Okay.
Oh, Muddy Biscuit got a poor run there through the Ascari chicane, and that's going to allow Ice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's all out. He needs to catch Muddy Biscuit in a poor moment, but Muddy is one of those drivers that has proven over the rest of his Formula 1 F2 season, that he is really, really consistent. And now look who's going to get a piece of this action. He's got the battery, unlike Ice has.
Here comes one shot.
Round the outside, going into turn one. The Alfa Romeo squeezes him out.
Good racing.
Very good defence. You had to give him credit there. There's a little squeeze. HCR Fearless. He's actually wanting to get a look on Brutal Reapers. I do feel bad for Brundle, but we both noticed that back end was going to be the undoing of him.
Wasn't a dream of him. Meanwhile, Lukey at one point.
Oh, Breezy again.
Need to be careful. I'll just go in with ties back to that. That'll be his race over.
Unless there's a safety car.
Yeah.
There's no way Breezy can catch up to the pack. Meanwhile, going out of the Ascari chicane, bit of a broken end plate there. HCR Fearless is using a little bit of ERS just to stay in the gearbox of the Racing Point as they go through the Parabolica. Brutal Reaper looks like he gets a very good run there in terms of traction. Now he's getting a little push with the battery. DRS assistance. Going down the end of the start finish straight, Breezy does retire in the pits, and he gets forced to the grass there by the Racing Point. Has HCR Fearless goes down the inside going into turn one. The Racing Point tries to cover him off, but the Red Bull moves up into fourth place. So very good battling there by Brutal Reapers and HCR Fearless. It looks like Brutal Reapers wants to retaliate.
No, not side by side. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They're doing it. Down the inside goes Brutal Reapers. Looks like HCR Fearless knows this is going to be bad if he sticks it in. Backs off. But Fearless is not giving this up so eagerly. They're fighting cleanly, but it's just one wants to pass in the straight and one wants to pass in the chicane. It's a matter of who's actually got the balls, like as James Hunt would say, going down the end of this DRS zone. And it looks like HCR is going to try and send it in the Scary.
Okay.
No, he backs off, off.
Oh, Ice, 3 seconds. Oh, here comes Ice on Muddy Biscuit. Oh, bad extra Muddy. Yeah, oh my god, Ice is going to get past him. Oh. Yeah.
And up into 6th place goes RSF1 Ice. And back into 7th position goes Muddy Biscuit. Shrimper, by the way, on the 5-lap-old mediums, has pushed himself up to 10th place after overtaking K-Mag and is keeping a little bit of a gap between himself and the final soft compound runner of Stygian.
Oh, Muddy Biscuit.
Muddy Biscuit's going to get the DRS.
Here he comes.
Down the inside. Oh!
Nice.
So close and tight, but good defence there by the Alfa Romeo. Oh no! The racing point!
Oh, what's happened?
Ripping one shot has crashed into the wall.
Oh,
That's a virtual safety car.
This was about to make a move in the chicane as well. Oh, this is going to help Ice. He's got no EOS. This is going to help him a lot. Oh my god.
This is a quick moment to charge up your batteries and also harvest a bit of fuel if you've underfueled.
Oh, good 7 laps.
There's one person I know who does that all the time is Shrimper. Shrimper always underfuels his car massively going into a Grand Prix.
He wants to get a good start, so that's why he underfuels, and he can get that fuel back. He's only 4 seconds off Stygian, not bad because he's on a medium tyre.
Just keep an eye on HCR Fearless, because if he can get a good opportunity to take advantage of the virtual safety car, he could maximise full thrust and overtake Brutal Reapers.
Don't do it first, I want to drive through. Where are we going? Where are we going?
This is an unusually long virtual safety car.
There he is. Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, Fearless is going to get him.
The reins have been set loose.
Here comes.
Fearless has got the thrust. He's not using the battery though, which is unusual.
I think he's going to EOS save. Or will he make a dive bar? Ice is sitting behind, waiting for an incident to happen now.
Oh, JJ Hudson and K-Mag. The Red Bull goes down the inside into turn 1, but K-Mag gets the inside going into turn 2. Side by side going now through to turn 3. The Red Bull is holding on the inside line. The Renault holding on the outside line. Formerly the engine supply for Red Bull is Renault. And it looks like for this moment Renault fall back, Red Bull move up.
This 4-way fight, 4. It's quite interesting. One mistake and that could be a race over. So you need to keep clean. Muddy Biscuit is pulling back though. I think it's them 2 laps he's doing to come back towards him now. Oh, Fearless with a 3 seconds
HCR Fearless collects his first penalty of the day. He's now going to try and use his battery to keep close to Brutal Reapers to be within the DRS zone. Going into the Parabolica, Ice has actually done a remarkable job in keeping with him even after struggling with his battery, sorry. Going out down the straight with the assistance of the DRS. He's going to use his battery to try and push. No, I don't think he's going to make the move. He could try and do it under braking, but nah, he's not going to take that gamble.
Oh, touch some Ice.
Oh, he got pushed. He got pushed from Ice.
It's time to hurry up and make a move on, because he's not sitting behind for too long. Ice is burning.
Ice being the race that he is.
Running to the EOS, just save Ice, save the EOS. Oh, that's a dive.
He's sending it.
Oh
Late
God.
move.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh.
Careful, Muddy, careful, Muddy. Oh.
Oh. It's a safety car.
Wait, what happened? Oh, one shot. One shot's crashed.
Has he?
Oh, another victim of that same corner. I just saw it on the track map. He just crashed.
You know who this just played beautifully into? It's played beautifully for the soft compound runners.
That's where the medium tyres are going to kick themselves now. This is the ethnated window for the softs as well, so this is a good call from everyone.
So I will be surprised if no one pits. I think even the medium compound runners is going to pit, but I think they're going to go for hards.
Yeah, because medium will be dead at the end. It all depends when we go racing again, and it's going to help Sturridge get back into the race as well.
Oh. Lukey goes into the pit.
Yeah, everyone should be in.
50 mile per hour.
You should be.
So we've got to make sure no one speeds.
If you don't come in, you're sacrificing your race. You need to come in. Yeah.
This is really bad though, because all the pack is so bunched together.
Shrimper in.
People could be stuck in traffic.
Shrimper's in.
Oh, Lukey gets out unhindered. Stygian receives a 5-second time penalty for colliding with Muddy Biscuit.
Yeah, everyone's in. Wow.
And this is good for Sturridge, because Sturridge can get some new tyres on and then catch up to the pack. So this is essentially Sturridge's second chance.
One person this hasn't helped is Lukey. That gap he had is going to be wiped now. He's going to be kicking himself.
Run's just made an interesting call. Instead of going onto the medium compound tyre, he's chosen the hards.
That's very interesting.
That's ballsy. I mean, he's going to be a sitting duck going into the opening stages of the restart, but on the bright side, in general, when you go into the pits and you put on fresh hards, you're going to struggle, but fresh hard compound tyres warmed up with a couple of laps of safety car means that they're actually going to be in some optimum grip levels. So, I don't know. It's an interesting move by RSF1, but let's keep an eye on him and see if that actual gamble prospers. Brutal Reapers is a person who's also pretty happy now because he's moved up into, well, he's still up in 4th place and he's got his nice medium compound tyres. HCR Fearless, Ice, Muddy Biscuit and Stygian, their grid lot has not changed, but Shrimper has now got a nice close view of the Ferrari-powered hat in front of him.
Yeah, Shrimper just needs to play his time. End of the race, his tyres are coming to play, so he just needs to sit back, relax and stay focused.
That's true actually about what you said there, because at the end of the Grand Prix, 17 laps is a very big ask for the mediums. So it is possible, but they will be quite worn.
Yeah, they will be very warm. Now we just wait for okay, Mag almost lost it. Jesus.
JJ Hudson.
Oh, I think he's going back on the mediums. That's going to be a bold call. Yeah.
It is a bold call, but he has that opportunity to, because obviously he won't lose much to the grid. And he'll have an easier time getting through the hard compound runners of everyone else. Oh, HCR Fearless and Ice are having a little bit of an issue in the mid-sector. Sorry, in the first sector, because it looks like Ice tried to overtake.
What's going on?
What the heck?
What's going on here? This is not good. Or
what is this?
What are they doing?
What is this? This is looking like the 2019 qualifying.
They need to get moving. What's happening? Oh my god.
They're going to get penalised.
They're going to get disqualified. Don't move on with it. Come on, guys. What's happened?
Look at this. Oh my god. Look at what's happened here. HCR Fearless has received a 5-second time penalty. Everyone in the... Sturridge has moved to 9th place. He's overtaken the pack. That's not... This is what has happened here.
Oh, I think someone's overtook under the safe line. It's just been a massive glitch. Oh no. If safe is like this, is just ruined Shum's race.
I don't know what the heck has just happened here. People are slowing down.
That is very weird.
This is looking like that nasty qualifying session last year where everyone was slowing down and they didn't get... And Carlos Sainz ended up being the one to get to the line and be the only one to set a lap time, but 2 packs of cars did that.
Yeah, that's weird. Quickly in the chat.
Well, the worst part is...
Otto says the medium will be around 70% tyre wear at the end, so that will help the hard runners.
Hard's the best choice at the moment.
Someone's saying it's a glitch. Barry's saying Fearless can't do that. Ross says never seen it. Yeah, very interesting. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let's hope not.
I mean, in theory, the game should let you rush to catch up to the cars behind the safety car. What could have triggered the drivers to do that?
John's game, I think that's how he said it. Said I had it in Austria where I couldn't overtake someone, but he couldn't overtake me either. So it must be a glitch. So that's another game glitch I need to fix.
I've never ever seen a bug behind a safety car like that before.
Same here.
I know F1 2020 is a mess of a game, but that is something else.
That's cherry on the cake right there.
Well, I would say that takes the cake, but I think that's taking the whole blooming bakery.
Right, safety car should be in this lap, hopefully. Let's hope.
Let's get back on board with Lukey as he's the car in front of the pack. His lead has dwindled. Shrimper's overtaken Sturridge onto the safety car.
Please, oh, it's happening again. Oh no. Oh, there we go. And came out of position. Oh,
I think Shrimper receives a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
Game. That should get removed. That's not his fault.
Oh!
Right, when's Lukey gonna go? When is Lukey able?
You know when you brace yourself and clench? You know,
yeah.
It's like, when you see him do that, oh my god.
Right, Lukey's gone.
He's launched. He's gone and done. Steerage wasn't ready for it.
Brutal's already up the patch through the halves.
And it's green flags. The Brutal Reaper's got the free clean air to overtake. It's a battle. Ice is fighting HCR Fearless finally.
Oh,
he tries to get the switch back. Ice shuts the door in him. And he jumps 2 positions.
Oh my god. Can't get that.
Ice has just done a double overtake on the first couple of corners. What a move.
Oh, here comes Sturridge on the outside of Fearless.
No, Ice on Grunt. Grunt's gone deep in the chicane.
I'm hard on helping him.
They're not. The hards are still too new for him to pick up an additional grip. He's already fallen a second behind Steerage.
Oh, Brutal's in the gravel. That's not going to help his run. Oh, here comes the Ice. Oh, yes, fully.
He's going to do it. If he sends it in turn 1, he's going to send it in the power. No. He's actually. Catastrophe receives a 3-second time penalty. So Ice and Grunt are quite even in terms of penalty. Brutal goes very wide coming out of the Discovery chicane. This is a very, very close restart.
Lukey's always pulled up 1 second gap. Oh my god.
Yeah. JJ Hudson's done a very good follow with those mediums. He's already jumped from
RSF1. Brutal nice. I've got really OS. Oh my god.
Oh,
sick. Right, it was.
Looking at the view from the car behind, HCR Fearless going into turn 1. It looks like the Alfa Romeo tries to do the little switchback. The Racing Point just says, no, I'm not having any of it. And he keeps 4th position. Ice just desperately trying to make that push. And a very nice view he got from the Red Bull following behind.
Guntashi is doing a good job here, staying in foot on them hard tyres. Helping his race doing this.
He's defending off of Brutal Reapers as well. Brutal Reapers is pressuring him on those hard tyres. But the thing is soon, even under all this pressure, Grunt can keep going. Those hards will just come into their own, and then the grip levels will be phenomenal.
Yeah, Grunt just needs to do his DRS really. He's not going to be fast enough to get behind because his players are to play at the end. Ice has got no EOS. Again.
On board of Stygian. No, never mind. Stygian's not quite close enough. I saw he was actually getting quite close to Muddy Biscuit there, but then fell back.
Sturridge on Lukey. Oh my god, Sturridge is closing back with it. Oh my god. At speed. Here comes Sturridge.
Oh, it's a battle for the lead. Into turn 1 we go. McLaren round the outside on AlphaTauri, and he gets a commanding charge. Moves into the lead. Steerage. Phenomenal push. Lukey was not ready for that.
He wasn't.
But Lukey's not exactly ready to surrender at the moment. He's got the pace. Steerage gets a poor run there through the second chicane, but then Lukey does as well.
He's gone wide again. Hard and not helping him. Oh, Brutal gone wide himself. Oh no. That's gonna get.
Yeah, but now DRS and ERS. Brutal's hoping to catch up to Grunt. Maybe coming to the end of this corner here. He's not gonna send it. But he's got to rely on a good run through Ascari with the assistance of ERS. If he uses his ERS now, he could take 3rd place.
He heard you.
He did it too late. He did it way too late. Now comes the ERS push and the DRS. Look at that, straight line speed. Racing Point versus Williams. That's pretty much all she wrote there. Grunt has nothing to defend with unless he does a late dive down the inside. Getting his own back on Eitz earlier. Pushes Eitz wide, they bang wheels, side by side going to turn 3. Muddy Biscuit's getting a piece of this action. It's 3 wide, no, you cannot do this. 3 wide going down to the chicane.
This is not going to end well. Oh my god, stop. Oh my god,
they're playing pong. They're playing pong with Alfa Romeo.
Jesus.
That could have been so bad.
Oh my god.
I don't know how Eitz is still in this Grand Prix. He was the Red Bull and the Haas were playing pong with him.
Jesus.
And Eitz was the ball. That was intense. But Eitz has now got the DRS assistance. He's going to go round the outside, going into the Ascari chicanes. Fearless is going to try and cover it off. Backs off. Oh my god.
This race is heating up now.
In terms of battles, that was the most scariest thing I've ever seen, but impressive as well. That was beautifully done.
Props
no damage done.
All 3 drivers,
but
props
Eitz,
to them. Oh my god.
I bet Eitz was terrified that his Grand Prix was over because it was just bonk, 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 bonk with the other cars around him. That's actually made my day. That's the funniest thing I've seen all day. But Eitz is now left completely vulnerable to the championship leader because he's not got the ERS to defend. Eitz is actually holding up quite the pack behind him. Oh, Sturridge! Sturridge sends it down the inside nearly. But JJ Hudson's jumped all the hard runners.
Has he? Oh my god. Yes, he has. Oh my god. Oh, move.
That's a good call. He made the good strategy call. He knew the hards was going to be a very difficult tyre to manage. So, as we saw in the safety car, he just said, nah, the hards. Pits in, gets some new mediums. And I think that might have been the best call he could have ever made. And JJ Hudson, he's taken him to the end. His tyres won't be as worn as the rest of the medium runners. Obviously, it'll be 1 lap fresher. But sometimes 1 lap can make the difference.
Yeah, it can, especially on Italy. I know. So it will help a lot. He's got a wobble. Oh my gosh. That's not
Muddy Biscuit got a poor run out of Ascari. Stygian's now got the ERS, and looks like Muddy got forced to use his as well. 30% ERS for Muddy, 25 for Stygian. So it's a very big battle here.
Press running away from Eitz, Muddy and Stygian, however, close in comfort. I don't think Stygian's going to get a win. Those are so packed. On penalty could ruin you. Oh my god.
Exactly. And this already nearly lap 19.
Oh my god.
It only feels like this has just started, doesn't it?
It's been crazy.
That's what I like about Monza. It's just quick and full of action.
Oh, brutal in the gravel again. Oh my god.
Oh, but he does hold it though.
Wow, that's going to stabilise in the gap now. It's hard to come into play, just need to go a couple more laps.
A couple more laps and he could actually start fighting for the podium positions.
Yeah, that's not what you need.
Sturridge collect a 3-second time penalty for exceeding warnings. And it looks like JJ Hudson on board with him now because he's right in the back of Stygian's Renault, but then he gets a very, very terrible run through Ascari, and that might have compromised his ability to maybe catch... Oh, actually no, even in the straight to the Parabolica, no ERS is being used, like he's on mode 1, and he's actually looking pretty quick. I think he's got a low downforce setup on.
Yeah, probably. These medium tyres need to get moved on, these hot start rolling up, so they need to make a move now.
Oh, JJ Hudson. No, he's not going to move on the late braking, but he is certainly much more closer than he was a moment ago. This is a battle that's definitely looking like it's ready to happen. Sturridge is actually showing those hards are coming into play because he's gaining ever so slightly on JJ. And then Shrimper actually is having a really terrible day. Poor qualifying, and he's now actually still outside the points. Sturridge, what a move through that chicane! Sturridge moved so amazingly quick. Save the back of that Red Bull.
Save for the straight.
Good save. That was a very good save. But Sturridge goes over that chicane. It was clean, and he gained so much time from it. Oh, Brutal Rupert and Gruntastrophe collect a 3-second time penalty each. K-Mag gets one coming out of the Ascari chicane.
Meanwhile, Lucas closed that gap to Stillage. He's going to get DRS, but I think we're close enough for this straight anyway.
Ites could maybe try and make the move on HCR Fearless now, because Fearless has got no DRS assistance. It's the ERS and the DRS for RSF1 Ites.
He's still got no love lost between these two. Here he comes.
Going down into turn 1 round the outside. Goes to Alfa Romeo on that Red Bull. Red Bull goes move late on braking.
Onto the gravel.
They're just
goes.
So aggressive. That was.
He's going to lose 2 positions. Not going to be happy. Oh, yeah. Fearless. No.
He's fighting hard.
Fearless just lost 2 positions. That's unlucky for him.
Just needs to keep his head down and he can make up those positions once again, but it did look like they got very argy-bargy there. Meanwhile, earlier he was one of the paddles for the first ever motorised game of Pong. I'm never going to forget that ever in my time as a commentator.
That was just insane.
I've seen ballsy moves, I've seen amazing strategies pay off, I've seen great pace, but I've never seen a game happen within a game.
How crashing happened, I do not know.
Neither did I. And now moving down into this parabolica, Muddy Biscuit. Muddy Biscuit's actually off the pace. He's not close enough to Ites to get the defence from the DRS. So HCR Fearless will be able to retake 6th place, moving down the inside on the championship leader of Muddy Biscuit. Muddy Biscuit tries to hold round the outside, late braking, and HCR Fearless retakes 6th place.
They're fighting now. Interesting.
Oh, K-Mag's getting a little bit of action. This is the battle for last place.
They need to get a move on them. Hards. They are coming to play. They don't need to battle. They need to make positions now, really.
Hards might have been the poor call here after that safety car.
They had no option, really. If it went softs, they would have to pit again.
I think the JJ Hudson call was probably what they should have done. Yeah. Gone onto the mediums, gone straight back in and got some mediums on. At least in that case, you have an equal chance of maybe taking some positions from the hard runners, but it's just not meant to be.
Oh, Stygian, not again.
JJ Hudson is staying with Stygian. Stygian's now off the pace when it comes to the DRS from Muddy Biscuit. So if JJ Hudson can hold his way around the parabolica, there's some good traction.
Oh my god, he's gaining. Will he make a move? No, he does not. Oof. He's getting a move on now.
Back to JJ Hudson. DRS assistance. Will he use the ERS to try and catch Stygian? Look at that speed. He's going down the inside.
Oh my god.
At Red Bull, he's pushing it down the inside. Stygian tries to cover him off now going into turn 2. Stygian's got the inside line, but JJ Hudson got the better traction and moves up into 8th place. What a battle. Thank you for the 33 viewers, by the way.
Very nice, very nice.
Shrimper and K-Mag once again.
Die now. Oh. K-Mag and Shrimper. Oh, K-Mag getting too close to comfort.
K-Mag is eager. You can see it. He does not want to be last, and the final point scoring position is donned in black right in front of him.
Oh, there's going to be a sitting duck now for Lukey. Look how quick Luke is for the lead. It's going to be a move, surely. If he can get good.
This is the battle of the Grand Prix lead. Take it away, Hush.
Yeah, I will activate ZRS. What does Sturridge do? No, he didn't activate. Here comes Lukey with that speed. Here he comes. Sturridge is not activating it. Yeah, that can be easy move. Yep, steerage. I think he's just go out on it. Into the Ligo's Lukey in the outer cut line.
Oh! Steerage does get a little peak though. And now, actually...
Well, Stygian.
Just... Oh! Oh, Stygian just got JJ Hudson.
Yeah. Gunther's gaining
JJ
now.
Hudson's now under pressure by Sturridge.
Gunther's gaining on Brutal Reapers now. Interesting this is.
It looks like you just need a good position when you're on a hard compound tyre.
Yeah. Especially with the mediums dying now, so he needs to start making the moves. Oh, hooks on the gravel.
Oh! And that's actually going to play beautifully for Sturridge. But Sturridge, being conservative with his choice here, decides to back off. Because JJ Hudson catching that gravel there meant he was all over the place, and it doesn't look like Sturridge was willing to take that risk in getting caught by the Red Bull and backs off.
Then we had a good run. There is still high. There we go. It's like round 10 between these two. Here he comes.
Oh, Shrimper's now moved into 10th place as Sturridge gets a poor run out the Ascari chicane. Shrimper moves to 10th, Sturridge down to 11th.
He needs to do that as well. Good moves to Shrimper. Alright, here comes Fearless.
Oh, we forgot. Should we do penalties quickly?
Yes, we should. Okay. Lukey has 2 warnings, no penalties. Steerage is clean, no warnings at all. Brutal Reapers has 2 penalties. Catastrophe had 2 penalties. Ice has 1 penalty. Fearless has a 5-second time penalty. Money Biscuit, as usual, kept it clean, no warnings. Stygian, oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 5-second time penalty. That's, yeah. JJ Hudson, 1, 2 penalties. Shrimper, it's got a 5-second, that's it. K-Man has 2 penalties. Village has 2 penalties.
Crikey, I forgot all about that. The race has happened so quickly. I forgot around the 5 laps to go. Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like Sturridge, while he was doing the penalties, he just became the victim of an incident. And it looks like he made contact somewhere with K-Mag. So Sturridge has fallen down once again to the back of the grid. He was once in the point scoring position. But one mistake in the Ascari chicane.
He's all over Brutal Reapers. Oh my god, where'd that pace come from?
I think those hards, as you said, they've all opened up. It's hard to pick a battle to go between.
Well, what's that? Oh, yellow. Oh,
no, it's just.
Hudson side by side. Oh, keep it clean, lads. Oh, don't go side by side to it, please. Do not do it to me. Oh no, oh no.
No, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Don't do it. Oh no.
Oh, Stygian gets a penalty. Force wide onto the gravel.
Go with this. No, it doesn't. Oh my god.
Back onto the battle for 3rd place as Catastrophe is now catching up to Brutal Reapers. Those hearts are in play and he is eager to retake the podium finishing position. Williams need this after unfortunately losing Brundle in the first lap of the Grand Prix, but Racing Point also needed this podium after losing Rip in one shot, which triggered the safety car.
What about the exit? What can Grunt do? Obviously the ERS, but we've got similar ERS, so it's going to be who's got better frontline speed.
It's the DRS as well, the DRS assistance, but now Ice is going to get in this action for the battle for 3rd place.
And he's gaining. No, he's not going to make a move. He needs.
Not quite. So close! Oh my god, look how. It's HCR Fillers, Brutal Reapers. Ice and Grunt, the 4 cars are just right there with each other. Oh my god, no, they're going to do it. Gruntastrophe's going to send it in the chicane.
As it's...
Yeah, he sends it down the inside.
Oh,
they make contact.
Oh, I got a free
Ice!
ride.
Look at Ice!
Oh no, son of a do it from there. Oh my god.
Grunt's trying to hold
Oh no,
it.
here comes
Fearless.
That's bold. Oh, Grunt on the gravel.
And Muddy Biscuit moves to 6th.
One is going to be fuming.
1 second ago, Grunt was fighting for 3rd place. He's now got to fight for 6th.
These Red Bulls are aggressive today. Jesus.
They are very aggressive. JJ Hudson and Stygian. Now it's HCR Fearless, and if HCR Fearless is fighting Ice for a while.
Lead. God.
Oh my God! It's down the straight. And it's lap 27, so this is the final lap of the Grand Prix, and they're battling for the lead. However, Lukey and Steerage are fighting because there's no penalties being involved. These two need to make sure who finishes in front. Ites, however, is actually all over. Brutal Reaper's going into turn 2. It's side by side. It's Racing Point versus... Oh! That's the second time he's done that.
Oh my God.
And now HCR Fearless is going to go round the outside going into the chicane. He's fighting with the... He's moved to 3rd! HCR Fearless, after starting from the Grand Prix at the back of the grid, moves into the podium positions.
Oh, last lap.
And now going to the battle up in front because we need to see who's going to win this one as we move through the Ascari chicane. It's Steerage versus Lukey as they push down the straight. It's all to play for now as Lukey is pushing with all of his might. This is a battle to the end. As they go into the Parabolica and Steerage pushes him behind. Side by side going around the last corner. It's the Parabolica. It's side by side going down to the end. It's a drag race.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And Steerage by 0.54. 0.54.
Oh, Muddy's on the podium. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
I have to give these guys a round of applause. That was the closest finish I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Need a beef after that one.
That one. What? That has to be the battle of the season. Oh my God. Bloody Nora, that was mental. Oh. You have to give these guys credit where it's due.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal battle. They switched over places just a couple of laps ago. And then on the final couple of straights.
Oh my God.
Oh. I was not ready for that.
I don't think anyone was.
Oh my God. The chat is just as shocked as us. Well, you invite the top 3. Let's go over the classification for the Italian Grand Prix. And I think that's been my most favourite Italian Grand Prix of all of RSF1 since Season 1. So Steerage takes the win by 54 thousandths of a second. He wins the Grand Prix by. Lukey gets 2nd place. Muddy Biscuit gets 3rd and extends his lead within the Drivers' Championship. Brutal Reapers gets 4th. Ice 5th. Grantastrophe takes home 6th even after he fell back quite a bit. Fearless, he crosses the line 3rd but comes back 7th. Shrimper gets 8th, so there's some decent points to come back with, especially after falling back quite a bit in the Drivers' Championship. JJ Hudson 9th, so the Red Bull did definitely make the strategy calls very well. They both scored points. Renault has a little bit of a troublesome day as K-Mag collects the last point in 10th place. Stygian 11th, after getting no points and lots of the action. Storage is 12th, Ripping One Shot is 13th, Breezy's 14th, and Brundle is 15th. That... Oh my God. Hush. I cannot exaggerate how intense that last battle was. So we've currently got Muddy Biscuit. Is Lukey and Storage not joining?
I think so. I don't know what's going on. I don't think Steerage has a mic. I don't think.
I think Steerage does have a microphone. I think I remember talking to Steerage.
Oh, okay.
If you while you get those in, because I'll interview 3rd, you interview 2nd, and I'll interview 1st. So, meanwhile, while you try and get Steerage and Lukey in, Muddy Biscuit, that is definitely a surprise to see you in the third spot on the podium, because you had looked like you had a bit of a troublesome race today, and after some determination, some grit, and good overtaking and good strategy calls, you come home third place and extend your lead in the Drivers' Championship. So I bet you're pretty ecstatic with that.
Yeah, I think it's probably seeing how quick steerage and Lucky were this race. I think first probably the best I could have got from it. Qualifying wasn't so great, but that mega lap in Q2, which was about 2 tenths quicker than my previous PB, so I knew I wasn't going to replicate it, and then I invalidated my second Q3 lap, so I probably could have started maybe 5th or 6th rather than 8th. I then got shuffled out down to about 10th for turn 1 on lap 1, and then just sticking in the DRS train. On that second stint, about lap 20, I lost the DRS train. It was a matter of just using rich mix with my battery everywhere to try and stick with it. It just didn't work. Luckily, the cars ahead were then battling, brought me back into it, and because I had penalties, I was able to jump them at the end.
And once again, and I've not actually seen you get a single penalty yet this season. Another clean Grand Prix. Did that safety car earlier on, when Brippin One Shot retired, I think he crashed on track, but did that safety car help you in any shape or form, or did it actually harm your performance?
For me, probably 1 or 2 laps too early, because towards the end of the race my tyres, especially the rear tyres, were going off, so I think if it had 1 or 2 laps later I would have better tyre wear, but managed to keep my tyres just about in the right window, so it's probably just about the right time for me.
Well, a phenomenal performance from you, Muddy Biscuit. That was very, very good work. You, again, as I said when you first joined, you've extended your lead within the Drivers' Championship, and now we move to Singapore. Are you confident with the remaining races left of the season?
Oh, the last third of the season is probably not my best. I prefer sort of the run from Monaco through to Silverstone. It's probably my best set of races, so it's probably not great from here, but not too bad tracks for me. I like Singapore. Russia's okay pace for me, and I like Japan, so hopefully I can get some few good results there.
Well, consistency has always been your strong point, even in races that you weren't too happy with. So I imagine your consistency will definitely help you out with the remaining races of the season. But even though the remaining races aren't going to be too kind of you, are you hoping to keep this lead ahead of Shrimper? Because I know Shrimper got a poor result today, which is even better for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to take this championship away, or do you think Shrimper's still got more to give?
I think it's not just Shrimper. I think we saw, especially the last year, I think Steerage has won his last 2 races, plus he won about 2 or 3 in a row before he had his internet issues, so I think he's also in the championship fight, even though he's like 40 points off the lead. So I think a few good results from him could bring him back in the title fight. So I think it's definitely a 3-way fight. It's a matter of who picks results on the bad days and who's able to capitalise from the other 2's mistakes.
Before we move on, have we got the other 2 in, Hush?
I've invited them, but I don't like they're joining.
Ah, right then. Well, unfortunately, it looks like we're only going to get to interview one person today on the podium, which is quite a shame. But I guess that's it. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me, and thank you, Hush, for stepping in today. I actually really enjoyed that. I was really, really good racing today, and I think it's actually been the best race I've seen in a long time, and I've never seen a finish that close, 54 thousandths of a second between each other to the line. That was so close.
Yeah, crazy. Imagine driving the race. Oh my God, I couldn't. I couldn't.
But that was mental. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for the Italian Grand Prix. If you want to see more F2 action, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait till next week in Singapore, when these guys will duke it out on the track in Singapore next week, Sunday, 8 PM. It should be myself and Vettel SF71, but if neither of us are available, people would step in. But that should be the group next week. If you want to see more Monza action, however, tune in tomorrow at 8 PM when F3 take their chances as they battle round the famous Italian circuit. I would like Imola, but it is what it is. But yeah, again, Hush, thank you very much for joining me. That was
no problem.
Quite a blast.
Yeah.
So, to go over the classification one more time, for the top 3, it is Muddy Biscuit in 3rd place, with Lukey in 2nd, and then Steerage just narrowly winning the Grand Prix. If there was a little bit more road, Lukey probably would have had that. But that has been the Italian Grand Prix. If you want to vote for your driver of the day, please head over to Twitter to check out the poll to vote for your chosen driver of the day. I can't really put a finger on who would be driver of the day, so that's going to be left to the vote.
I've got to do a vote. How do you think I feel?
But thank you very much, everyone, and we hope you have a good evening. In the meantime, please take care, stay safe, listen to the social distancing guidelines and the rules within the lockdown, and we will get through this and we will have a Christmas. If people don't listen, then unfortunately it looks like Christmas will be spent indoors, and we don't want that. So please, everyone, take care and just stay indoors. So have a good evening.